Welcome back to Hungry Theologian, helping you taste and see that the Lord is good. Today I'm showing you my favorite mushroom recipe. These are a great side with many different dishes. I've even used them as a topping for burgers. So let's get right into it. You can use any kind of mushrooms for this recipe. It's great with the cremini or button mushrooms you usually find at any grocery store. I'm using these oyster mushrooms today because I got them at the farmer's market over the weekend. To prepare oyster mushrooms like this, cut off the bottom chunky part of the stem, then remove the individual mushrooms, leaving only a little bit of stem on them. The lower stem can become a little too chewy. I'm leaving the smaller ones whole and slicing the larger ones in halves or quarters to get approximately evenly sized pieces. Remember, even sizes means even cooking. If you have button or cremini mushrooms that are pretty evenly sized, just cut them all in quarters. Finally mince 1 shallot and 2 cloves of garlic. Then pick off about 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme leaves. Heat 2 tablespoons of oil in a skillet over high heat. Add the mushrooms and cook, stirring frequently until all the liquid has evaporated. Continue cooking and stirring until they're nicely browned. Add the shallot, garlic, and thyme and cook until fragrant, about 30 seconds. Remove from the heat and add 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, around 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. The soy sauce enhances the natural umami of the mushrooms, and you get to say umami, which is always fun. Stir until it emulsifies into a nice coating for the mushrooms, then season to taste with salt and pepper. Like I said, you don't have to use oyster mushrooms for this recipe. You could use button mushrooms just like this, but maybe don't get wooden ones. Mushrooms always draw my mind to the earth, both because of their earthy flavor and because they're usually pretty dirty when you get them. Human beings have an inescapable connection to the earth, as much as our modern society tries to downplay it. In Genesis chapter 2, we read that God made man from the dust of the earth. We're made from the dirt, from the stuff of the earth. But uniquely among creatures, we're also called to make something of the earth. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 28, God tells humanity to be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over every living thing. Human beings have an inescapable connection to the dirt, but then we're also called to take the things of the dirt and make something new from them. Uniquely among creatures, we join with our Creator in making something of the world. This is one of the reasons I love cooking, because you take the raw ingredients of the earth, apply a little bit of skill, and you end up with a transformed substance that didn't exist before and can bring joy and delight to others. Cooking is one of the ways that we, as creatures of the earth, can reflect the image of God as we take the stuff of the earth and make something new from it. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please consider subscribing and sharing with your friends.